Yes, people, and welcome back to another live stream on the channel. We're back live. We're talking Liverpool news today. Big topics in the Liverpool fan base right now regarding some transfers, regarding Upamecano, regarding a lot of things. And we are here to dive into it. When you join the stream, kindly smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already done so. I don't know why it's not doing that. I'm going to reload one. Well, that's strange. I don't know why it's doing that. It is what it is. But yeah, bless up to everyone, man. Smash them likes. Subscribe when you're on your way in. And yeah, we've got some big Liverpool updates. We're kicking things off, though, with Fabrizio Romano today. Yes, we're talking Upamecano potentially to Liverpool in 2026. Mark Gahey, Schlotterbeck has been linked. We're also going to go and dive into the latest regarding Konate's injury concern. But we are going to take a listen to what Fabrizio Romano has had to say around Upamecano, because there's a lot of sources right now stating that we are heavily interested in the centre-back. So let's take a listen to what Mr. Romano is having to say. First of all, we know we talk about so many different things. We're just going to find the bit where it's actually about Upamecano, because we don't really care about flipping Gyökeres and all that crap. So yeah, let's dive into it from here.
Was always only Arsenal. And then, guys, to close today's video, I wanted to return on one of the topics you keep asking me. I read your comments here on YouTube, and not only, and it's about Upamecano, the center back of Bayern, because Bayern will have a new meeting with his agents. On Upamecano side, they are very clear. They want an important salary, and they want also an important signing fee. I told you several times that Bayern were closing in on a new deal for Upamecano around March, April. Then some details were not clarified. The timing was extended, and more clubs joined the race. There are several clubs in the race for Upamecano. From England, from France, from Spain. Big clubs, all interested. So now Bayern will have the opportunity to keep Upamecano and to agree on new contracts. But Upamecano maintains his position. Very happy at Bayern, very happy with company, but they need to reach an agreement on the financial part. And at the moment, there are still details to be clarified. It's not done. So that's an open situation. There will be one more meeting between the agents of Upamecano and Bayern very soon to discuss. But for Upamecano, several clubs are coming. Several clubs are arriving, several clubs are calling, and the potential free agent bomb for Upamecano is a possibility. We don't have to exclude that. Bayern are still in the race. Bayern will have the opportunity to meet and try to close this new deal for Upamecano. But at the moment, the competition is becoming serious. Several clubs have started calling, several clubs have started being attentive to the opportunity to sign a top center back who is doing fantastic at Bayern recently, like the Upamecano, on a free transfer from 2026. There will be several clubs in the market for a defender in the summer. Liverpool will be in the market for a defender in 2026, probably. Paris Saint-Germain might be there as well. Real Madrid can be there as well. So several clubs attentive to the situation. Italian clubs too. This is not just for Upamecano, for several center backs. And so it's going to be an interesting situation. Bayern will have the ball in their court. Bayern will have their match point. But now depends on the financial part. And so, guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories from Upamecano.
So obviously, what Fabrizio Romano is stating there basically is Bayern Munich hold all the cards, which, just checking the audio is working there. Bayern Munich hold all the cards, which is expected. Of course, they're going to hold all the cards because he's currently contracted to Bayern Munich. Fair play, cool. What was interesting there is what he said is the interest is becoming very real. And the fact that he mentioned Liverpool now, Plenty Goal and a couple of other people have been talking about Upamecano and Liverpool's interest and stating that Liverpool will be there. I wanted to actually do some research. How much is Upamecano actually on? So Upamecano is actually on 192 a week. And obviously his contract runs out straight in 1 year. He's actually got a release clause of 122 million euros. I think that in our currency it's about 90, 100 million. I'm surprised no one's actually really sniffed around that price tag, to be honest with you. I mean, the release clause in that sense. I mean, I suppose when you've got a player that's got a year to go, you're not even going to be interested in it. I understand where Upamecano is probably coming from because you got players. Jonathan Tah has just come in. He's already on more than you. Goretzka is on more than you, and you should be earning more. Serge Gnabry is on over 350,000 euros a week. He's earning more than you. Players that's acceptable is Harry Kane's, your likes obviously your Musiala's, your Elise's, because these are their top players at the club. You've got Nicholas Jackson, who's only literally 50,000 euros pound a week. And again, it's the most expensive loan deal of all time, but Jesus. You got Lamar. Again, he's only earning 20,000 euros less. Kim Min-jae, who Bayern Munich fans want at their club, is earning more. So you can understand where Upamecano is actually realistically coming from. You really, really can. And obviously, Pletting Gold did confirm it. I think he actually confirmed it on his actual official Twitter as well. And this is what he has had to say. That Upamecano plus agents are not planning to make any concessions up to FC Bayern at this stage. They have presented their figures to Bayern, and it is now to the club to decide whether they improve the offer again or not. A long-term contract is on the table, but there is still no agreement regarding the salary and the commission fees. A transfer in 2026 can't currently be ruled out. However, Max Eberl is doing everything he can to reach an agreement. Bayern are absolutely determined to extend the contract, but top clubs are lurking, Liverpool among them. So obviously, if Plettenberg, Fabrizio, and there's another one, but I will find it for you. Let me actually big up the chat as well. Bless up to everyone that is watching. Smash them likes on the channel. We're 5 likes away from 20. Yo, big up to everyone, man. Bless up. Big up to LFC for 66. Big up reactions. Smash the likes and subscribe. Yeah, man. Up or gay. Who for you? Who would you want? Who would I want? If I'm picking straight 1 or 2, I think Upamecano's got a very good ceiling as a slim back. How old actually is Upamecano, by the way? Because we actually wanted him back before he actually joined Bayern, because obviously we decided to go with Konate. Yeah, because they're both the same age, 26. He's still a year or two away from his prime years as a centre back. For me, I don't know if it's controversial, but I'm taking Mark Gahey. And this is just due to the factor of I've watched more of Mark Gahey this season, and Gahey is getting better and better. I actually think Mark Gahey's actually been the best centre back in the Premier League this season. I actually think Liverpool spending more money. Well, technically, it's not spending, mate, because it's on a free transfer. Yo reacts. How are you, mate? Clubs was a madness last night. Watching that. Yeah, pro clubs was good fun, man. Pro clubs, it can bring out the best in people. Sometimes it can bring out the worst, but it's all banter. It's pro clubs is always a laugh, and yeah, we'll definitely be streaming it more. I don't know when we're next streaming it. It's up to the other lads when they feel up to it. If they wanted to do it today, I'll be down. When you next doing it with the lads, yeah, again, probably either in the next probably few days. Upa for next summer, yep. Yo, big up to Curtis, man. Bless up, lads. Smash the likes and help support reacts. Big up to Kingsman. Big up to you, mate. Hashtag 20. Big up to you for joining the stream. My guy. Big up, and yeah, bless to you. So, chat, let me know, what do you think to Upa, man? Like, are you taking Upa? Like, are you taking Upamecano at Liverpool? I mean, I'm actually intrigued to see the other clubs that are interested now. I've only seen, as of so far, Liverpool. I mean, I expect the likes of Real Madrid, they want centre backs. It actually is mad. Like this summer, it was all about the strikers. It was all about the strikers last summer, wasn't it? You had the likes of Gyökeres going to Arsenal, Isak and Ekitike to Liverpool. You had Man United signing Sesko, for example. Chelsea signing Liam Delap and João Pedro. It looks like this summer could be the summer of centre-backs. It really could look like this summer could be the summer of centre-backs, in the sense of you got Upamecano, you've got Mark Gahey, Konate all going down as frees. So let's say if they all leave, then the respective clubs are going to need to sign centre-backs. So let's say if Konate, let's just say, for example, Konate goes to Real Madrid, Upamecano goes to, I don't know, let's just say he goes somewhere, and Mark Gahey goes somewhere else. Then all three of those respective clubs are then going to have to go out and get centre backs. Then they're going to have to do it. Do you remember, like this summer, it was a massive domino effect for a lot of strikers. I think this is going to be the summer of the centre backs. I really, really do believe it's going to be the summer of centre backs this year. Let's see what the people are saying. Big up to Chris. Hope you're well, my guy. Curtis says yes, he would on a free. Yes, I want Cunha from Man United. I doubt we're going to sign Mateus Cunha, as he's just signed for them. Yes, 100, says Jacob. I mean, look, I'm definitely taking him. I think he's a very good centre-back. I just think, in my opinion, my preference is Mark Gahey. If you're saying to me, pick a centre-back that you want on a free transfer, I'm picking Mark Gahey. And that's just due to, I've only watched Bayern once in the Bundesliga this season when they slapped up Leipzig 6-0, and I've watched them in the Champions League. I'm not going to say I watch Bayern Munich week in, week out. It's like Bayern Munich fans, they're not going to watch us week in, week out, because I know they're interested in Mark Gahey as well. Do you know what I mean? I've watched more of Mark Gahey, and I watched him against my club recently. Obviously, he plays for Crystal Palace, and he got man of the match, and he was boss. So, yeah, do everything we can. I mean, imagine if we actually signed both of them. That would be a madness, because you've kind of got your Virgil van Dijk's replacement / I think a lot of our fans would be content with Upamecano and Gahey as our centre backs going forward, especially when you got Leone still to come back. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be very, very interesting. I want to see. are Real Madrid interested in Upamecano? Because if they're interested in Upamecano, then that would be very, very interesting. I've just seen a mad clip on Twitter, which I'm going to bookmark it and save it for once we've done the transfer stuff, because if that's actually true, then that's madness. Yeah. Why have I just got a notification about a train system? I don't care. Big up to Baron in the chat. It's going to be interesting. We actually might end up with no centre back. Our board moving fraudulent. We are interested in Upamecano too. That's interesting then, because if you, Baron, question to you: forget form this season, anything like that. Who would you rather have, Konate or Upamecano? Because if it's up to me, the dream for me is Konate signs, Van Dijk stays, and we get Gahey. We still got Leone to come in, and then potentially we go and get another centre back as well. I like Upamecano. I just prefer Mark Gahey. Simple as that. If we end up with Upamecano on a free transfer, am I going to complain? Absolutely not. Expensive loan with Jackson. Yeah. It was an expensive loan. Like, it's one of the most expensive loan deals of all time. He's on over 150,000 euros a week. And I'm pretty sure Bayern Munich are actually paying the majority. And then plus the other little bonuses and all that stuff. Upamecano, he's much more comfortable on the ball. He's got recovery pace for a high line too. Konate has that as well. I think the thing is with Konate is Konate's hamstrings and injuries don't really happen as much. It actually more depends on how you play football. So, like, if Konate would pick up hamstrings if he went to Tottenham, for example, under Ange, because of how they play football with the high lines, etc. If you've actually noticed, Konate's injuries, for Liverpool, he's actually only been injured once. And that was obviously due to Endrick just constantly just going around and being a tool. Like, with 10 minutes to go, for some weird reason, he just went behind Konate's legs and just slide tackled him on many occasions. And then once the whistle blew, he then went in and did another foul. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, and yeah, mad. 4 likes away from 20. Bless up to where everyone, man. Honestly, mad support on the channel the past couple of days. We are literally 19 subs from 2.4k, 2.4k. So hopefully, potentially, we could get a bit closer to that this week. I think that's very much definitely the definitely the target. Now Van Dijk pushed him into Konate. Are you on about Endrick? Are you on about Endrick? Are you on about the Endrick tackle right at the end of the match where Ibu got injured? Is that what you are referring to? I mean, look, Baran, is rank these centre backs, because I know you're interested in Gahey as well. I'm just intrigued from like other rivals' perspectives. But yeah, bless up to everyone. Yeah, the tackle that Konate got injured. I want Upa, but think he signs. Konate goes on a free and we get Gahey. Is that your prediction? My prediction is probably that, to be honest, because it looks like Upamecano is actually willing to stay at the club. It just more comes down to, are Bayern Munich actually going to pay him what he wants ultimately? Because if not, then he can be content and leaving on a free. Hence why many journalists have come out and stated that, him leaving on a free, you cannot rule it out. It could be definitely a possibility. Let me see what else Plettenberg has also tweeted. I don't know why he's got a pinned tweet of this dude. And then he did also say this 2 days ago, that at Liverpool they're currently very relaxed outlook regarding the next 2 transfer windows. Adjustments will be made, but not on the same scale as this past summer. For the centre back position, Mark Gahey and Upamecano are among the candidates. In addition, the clubs are still searching for a top winger. Plettenberg's been saying this for a while, and it's actually looking like it's going to be coming more to fruition, because I've seen a lot of people now starting to say that Liverpool wants a winger, hence why we have been linked with a couple of wingers in the past couple of days. And in just overall, hence why we got links with Elise for a little bit. I mean, look, relax about the next 2 transfer windows. Obviously, that's included in January. Obviously, then saying at the end that adjustments will be made, but not on the same scale as last summer. That's obviously indicating how much we spent in terms of how much movement we did end up putting into the transfer window. I think this summer Liverpool sign. I've got a weird feeling, we don't sign anyone in January. Nope. I think we only sign a player in January if we lose another big boy centre-back. So let's say Van Dijk. Konate maybe goes down for months. Let's say Konate goes down for months. I think we go and get I think we go and just pay Palace. Here's 15 million. 6 months to go. Just take it. Just usually we can't take that risk completely at all. And then also just taking other things into consideration. I think we're gonna try for one of Upamecano or Gahey. I think we do end up with. I've got a feeling we're gonna end up with one. We have also been linked with another centre back in Schlotterbeck, which we'll get onto very soon. But Liverpool are still searching for a top winger. I'm intrigued to see what type of winger though, because I think I'd rather go and get a left winger, in my opinion. But let me dive into the chat first. Gahey all day long. Says Buffalo. For me, Upa first, then Gahey, then Konate, simply because of the injury record and how poor he's looked this season too. But I think Upa is levels above Konate and Gahey. I don't think he's levels, in my opinion. I think Gahey is very, very underrated. Hence why he's getting a lot of recognition that he's getting this summer. And you've seen it in the performances this season, how good he has. He's actually been for Crystal Palace. He's probably been their best player, and in my opinion, again, I actually think he's been the best player in the centre back department so far this season. So that's what I personally think. I do want Gahey. I think everyone wants Gahey. I think again, I just think it's going to be the literal battle of it's going to be a battle of the centre backs this summer. Can't see Gomez lasting that long. I mean, Gomez has been at the club for 10 years. Slotterback is unreal. He's way too injury prone though. Yo, big up PL champs. Which one are you taking? What are the centre backs that we've been linked to? I mean, if you're giving me the rankings, so I'll take all of them. One, because we need centre backs, and two, I rate them. However, my official prediction, and because there's no doubt Zia and Liam are watching. I know they're lurking in the background, hoping. You know what? What I won't do is I won't put anything in the chat, but I'll try and get them clipped. Yeah, I know how your game works. Yeah, bless up to you though. My honest official prediction. I think Upamecano stays just due to the stuff that I've read out. that he is actually willing to stay at the club. He does actually want to stay at the club. It's just more about whether Max Erbel is going to pay him the money that he actually wants and he deserves, obviously going into his last year in his contract. You have to think, as a 26-year-old, it's a big part of your career because you're going, in my opinion, your prime years. I mean, the way that sports science has changed and everything, prime years is a bit different as opposed to like a decade ago. Because like 2 decades ago, if you was hitting 30, everyone thinks, yeah, you're falling off. Hence why now you see a lot of quality world-class players playing into their early 30s, 33, 34, 35. Hence why you've seen the likes of Mohamed Salah. Do you know, just as a prime example, that's just a player that's just come to my head. But as a 26-year-old, you have to think, right? If you're signing a 5-year contract, you're going to be spending your prime years there. So you have to also think about the underlying of the projects, what's going to be happening at the club over the next 5 years, while also you want that money situation to be good. Because if you are one of the best centre backs in the world, or in your position, especially in your league or your club, you're going to want to get paid decent money. When players say they don't care about the money, of course they care about the bloody money. So I think Upa stays. I think Konate. I still think Konate will sign. And people tried, dissing me out on stream for it. What? Because I think a player at my club will sign a contract is madness, is it? And then I think Gahey, it comes down to what happens with other centre backs. Again, it does really. I think we get Gahey depending on what happens with Upa, what happens with Konate. I think if Konate goes, we 100% get Upa. Mark Gahey. I do 1000%. Believe into that. And I think ultimately, to be honest with you, we kind of have to. There's no excuses. The spoke changed. Thin Real spoke to changed his mind. Real Madrid just need to jog on, man. Hopefully, Real Madrid can go and talk to Upamecano instead. But yeah, that is kind of obviously the news regarding Upamecano. Now, I do want to move on to the other centre backs. Obviously, I'm limited to time for the next hour. That's the news on Upamecano. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date with the news on that. DFC Cup exclusive. Liverpool have held internal talks over potential signing of Nico Schlosberg from Borussia Dortmund. Talks are early at this stage, but a respected agency is working on the potential transfer. Baron talking to me about his. I'm actually going to have a look at his transfer market because I actually want to have a look at his injury records. So he's played 3 games in the Bundesliga. He's played 1 game in the Champions League. And bearing in mind he's only started 15 minutes. Again, I swear to God, if we sign another injury-prone centre back, although I actually do think he's very, very good. I think he's okay, Schlotterbeck. I'm not one of these people where, oh my God, I'm going to be gassing myself up like our fan base does. How do I find his record? Stats of Nico Schlotterbeck. Right. Here we go. Let's go to last season. How many games did he play last season? So he played 23 games in the Bundesliga, 12 games in the Champions League. So he played 37 games. He was out due to suspension, red card, and then he was out for about over a month with a meniscus tear injury and plus a yellow card suspension. In the Champions League, again, tear of injury. So he has missed a lot. He did miss a lot of games. Some people don't know. I know Baron just said he rates him. I think he's been good when I've watched him for Borussia Dortmund in the European stages and the bits in the Bundesliga. I mean, I'm actually gonna have a look how old he is, because I do think Liverpool want to sign that 23 to 26 centre back. I do think, I think Bayern Munich also want him as well. He's 25. He's going to be 26 in December. Hence why we are looking at Upamecano. We are looking at Slotback as well. Let's catch up with the chat. Big up to Zia, man. I knew Zia would pop out of nowhere. I knew he would. Bless up to you, my guy. Top centre back. I know you rate him in it, yeah, because you want him at your club. Yeah, because we was just talking about this news regarding Upamecano, whether he will stay, whether he will stay or not. I think he will stay, but hey, if we took him on a free, that'd be funny. I know Liam would be. Oh God, yeah, that would be the dream. Imagine the dream this summer: Liverpool come back from the dead, win the league, beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and then take Upamecano. Look, listen, that is my dream. 3. Liam would lose it. Oh, he would lose it. He wouldn't talk to me. He would not talk to me. Madrid and Bayern. What about Madrid and Bayern? We both looking. You need a centre back and attackers. Liverpool. I wouldn't say Liverpool need loads of attackers. I think Liverpool just need one winger, in my opinion. And yeah, he plays for the club that Upamecano is watching. I mean, wearing. Upamecano is one. I don't know what's happening. I think he will sign because from reading about Max Earl, Zia, it looks like he's actually trying to sign him. But obviously, you know more about the Max Earl, situation at Bayern Munich, whether he's a tool or not. I remember we've had a couple of conversations about him, but it's looking like it's going to come down to really him or not. Because I was looking at your wage bill, yeah, brother. You've got bare players who are bang average, who are on double, who are on triple the amount that he's on, and he's one of your best players. I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed. I think he will stay. I think the merry-go-round is the son about merry-go-round, Zia, mate, because you got Schlotterbeck now, Upa, Konate, Gehi, all being linked with Madrid, Liverpool, Bayern. 4 centre backs. Someone's gonna be losing all their centre backs. Someone's gonna end up being greedy and taking the lot. Liam would lose it. Yeah, he would, brother. He would be. I think he would block me on WhatsApp for at least a week, because if I took his centre back, which he loves, I think sure the way he talks is like Upamecano is his favourite player. Bro has Upamecano on his Superman cape, so that just goes to show how much he loves him. But yeah, if we took Upamecano off him, listen, I'm gonna be that unbearable. It's gonna be like us winning the Premier League. John, do you get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I mean, look, with Schlotterbeck as well, again, Bayern Munich interested in him. I'm actually gonna have a look how long he's got left on his contract. I'm gonna have a look how much he's got left on his current contract and what's Borussia Dortmund's valuation. Because we looked at him in the summer, and I think the valuation was around about 50 million. I mean, they're paying peanuts. Schlotterbeck's on 90,000 euros. So let's just say he doesn't sign no contracts. He's obviously got 2. He's got 2 years left, so he's got a bit of extra protected value. But he's only got 2 years, so it's going to be interesting because he will only have a year left. And for a club of Dortmund, who are a selling club who knows how to make big money, obviously the most recent player was obviously Bellingham a couple of years ago, 100+ million. This club knows how to sell well and move players on at the right time. So it'd be very. Do Dortmund take a risk and risk him going into his final year, or do they just take maybe the 13 million cash? Because as it currently stands, that clock is ticking on him. I mean, I rate Schlotterbeck. You got players again. What is it with these Bundesliga clubs, man? Like who just underpay their best value players? Sula double the amount. Garassi's quality to prefer. Kobel's decent. Chan's all right. You've got players like Joe Bellingham, for example, has just come in and earning more money. Fabio Silva, that's a throwback player, isn't it? Jesus, yeah, madness, absolute mad. We definitely need a centre back in January. I don't care who it is, as long as he is good at level. Centre back Konate is already injured. Yeah, we are going to be discussing the Konate unfortunate situation regarding his injury. Now, we don't know in terms of time length, hence why I just put is he out for weeks. All we know is it's potentially not looking good, is it? Funny enough, Konate going down injured, just like Trent did when he was playing Madrid. Just saying. Shock horror. But yeah, we're gonna be live for another half an hour or so. So 2 centre backs. Why did he play for France if he's injured? He didn't play. He just I think he did one or two training sessions, and then basically there was like, yeah, you ain't fit, go home, bye. I think that was kind of the situation. By the way, chat, we're 1 like away from 20 likes. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, because we're 19 subs away from 2.4k. So we're aiming to get there. Hopefully, I mean, next week would be unreal to get it next week, but we'll have to wait and see. But we'll hold the centre back situation. We'll come on to our own centre back situation. Again, if you've not seen the news around Konate, he's injured. Ibrahim Konate has returned to Liverpool after it was decided that he will not feature in the France World Cup qualifier against Iceland on Monday. He's nursing a quad injury he sustained in the Liverpool 2-1 defeat to Chelsea last weekend. Liverpool face Manchester United at Anfield next weekend, with Joe Gomez the only other fit centre-back available to partner Van Dijk. I mean, how long is the average quad injury? Quad injury time to heal. Oh, great. Oh, God, no. Well, this ain't good. This ain't fucking good, is it? Because I've just Googled it. On average, the average quad time, injury depends on either the grades, to be fair. A few weeks to several months, depending on the severity of the injury. Minor strains, grade 1 may heal in a few weeks, with moderate grade 2 strains could take several weeks to months, and grade 3 could require months to require sometimes surgery with physical therapy. Touch fucking wood, it's not grade 3. If it's grade 3, slap every single one of these people that let Konate go on international. Because I'm sorry, did we not scan him? So when he got injured and came off against Chelsea, did we just like, oh no, we don't need to scan him for an injury. It's all right, Ibu. Just take the next few days off. You go on a plane to France and play your World Cup qualifier games. No. Why? Where was the scan to see if he was okay or not? Where was the scan to see if he's okay or not? Because if he has gone on to international break, done a couple of bits of training sessions and all that, and it's just made it a bit worse, or because we couldn't be asked to do a proper scan and say, no, you're staying in England, you can stay on Merseyside, have the next 2 weeks off. This is the one thing I wish about my club we would do more, is say, no, you're not going on international. Doing a little floor invert session on the treadmill. Wow, if Gomez gets injured, we are done. If Gomez goes down injured, guess who we have got at centre back? Guess who our centre back is if Gomez goes down injured? Do you want to guess? Yeah. It's grade 1 and grade 2 is a minor tear in the muscle, and grade 3 is complete tear, which would be so painful you'd notice right away. Oh yeah, 100%. We know. I don't think for a fact. Obviously, it's not going to be grade 3. We have to kind of just hope maybe it's grade 1. No, because I actually remember Slot and the team came out and said, we hope it's just cramp. Fuck if it's just hopefully cramp. Do the tests. We're going into a busy schedule. Forget how Konate has been this season in terms of form. It's not the point. It's irrelevant, in fact. We are going into a season now, and right up until the end of the season, we're playing every 3 days. Literally, go and have a look at our fixture lists. LFC fixtures, yeah? Look at our fixture list. So we've got Man United on Sunday. Cool. We're then playing on Wednesday, 3 days later. We're then playing on Saturday, 3 days later. Then on the 29th. Then we've literally got 2 days and got Aston Villa. We've then got a day off, training session, then play Real Madrid. Then we've got a little bit extra time until we play Man City. Then it's international break again. Fucking, I can't stand international break, man. It's so boring. Oh, my days. I saw a rumor that they're going to try and bin the November international break, but make October an extra week. Yeah, that would be good. Or how about just don't do friendlies? Fuck the friendly. Who gives a fuck about flipping England versus Andorra? Who gives a fuck about France versus Iceland? I couldn't give a toss. And then you're playing, okay, and then bearing in mind you're going into international, you're going to be playing some games there. You're then playing on the 22nd, 26th, 30th, 4th. I mean, this one's mad. Look at these ones here. Then you've then got a week off here, which is kind of nice. Obviously, the Christmas break and that, cool. So you know what, you don't really see many games on like Christmas Eves or the 23rds anymore. Do you know, like the 23rd of December, Christmas Eve? I remember there was an absolute outrage against, I think it was Chelsea versus Wolves on Christmas Eve. That's not a bad one, but could you imagine if they actually made like Brighton, Newcastle on Christmas Eve? Yo, you might not get home to see your kids open their Christmas presents. Mad, absolute mad. And then you've literally got a couple of days in. I'm praying. It's literally just a bit of cramp or something along the lines of that. Yeah, Endo. It might be grade 1 because he was on the French bench in their last match. No way Gomez staying fit for that long. Gomez, I don't even know. But I think this was the official statement about Konate. I think there was a statement put out. And obviously, yeah, Pavard did get called up. This was the tweet. Arneslot confirms Konate's injury substitution in the second half of Saturday evening's clash against Chelsea was due to injury. This was literally what? 8 days ago. Why didn't we just say, no, you can stay at home? Why? Why, man? And these are now our only 2 fit centre backs. And obviously, Leone's out for the season, by the way. So he's not coming back this season. His season's done. Goodbye. Get well soon. It's a massive risk. You know the one thing with Kwanzaa, though? I always said some people didn't rate him. At least he could stay fit. Honestly, if we get a chance to get a Gahey in January for 10, 15 mil, I don't care. I'll give you my own money if we have to. Endo. It might be great. Yeah. Yeah, Gomez ain't staying fit for that long. Like, it ain't look. To put it blunt, it ain't looking good. It simply just ain't looking good, is it? It's not great. Why is that playing? It's not looking fantastic. You know, we've been in just yeah, we have to get a centre back, lads. We have to get a centre back. 1010%. I don't want to hear no excuses. It's just, I want to see if there's any other news regarding Konate's injury. Actually, Ibrahim Konate was withdrawn from the French squad due to thigh injury. Honestly, I confirm that centre back was struggled with a quad injury. Even if I just don't get why we didn't keep him. I just don't know why we didn't. This Joe had the streets. Time to run it back. Konate injured, Leon injured. We have two specialists left. It's fine. Everything is fine. To make it worse, Konate looks. Oh, that's from last year. Konate is injured, but we're in safe hands. Jesus Christ. Konate coming back to Merseyside for assessment and treatment. Liverpool hope it's only a minor issue that he could be fit to face Man United next week. Wow. We better fucking hope so. Would be soon not to sign anyone in January. It would be beyond, to put it bluntly, it'd be retarded if we didn't sign anyone in January, especially if we lose, you know, another centre back. You know, if we lose another centre back, it would be a bit stupid if we didn't get anyone in January. I would be furious if we didn't. I would be absolutely furious if we don't sign anyone in January. Like, it would be pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I think you get Gehi and we keep Upa. Z, if you're free and want to jump on about the situation, I can send you the link. Jump on for like 10-15 minutes before I wrap up. When are we next doing the clubs? Someone actually asked in the chat. My question is you get him on a free or pay in January window? If it was down to me, I'd pay it. Because I've actually said this before. I actually think it's cheaper to get him in January than the summer. And I want to explain why, yeah? So let's go to how much Mark Gahey is on at Crystal Palace. I'm going to break this down for people. So at Crystal Palace, Mark Gahey is on £50,000. £50,000 a week. And in my opinion, he has been the best centre back in the Premier League this season. £50,000. Right? So wages aren't going to be an issue. He's on 50 grand, for Christ's sakes. Let's look at Liverpool's wages for a prime example, yeah? He's on £50,000, right? You have to think, Gomez, we're paying Gomez 85 grand a week. I think we're going to be fine paying flipping thingies, wages. I think, in my opinion, the reason why it's cheaper is, so if he goes on a free transfer, let's just say he goes on a free transfer. So if he goes on a free transfer, that naturally increases your wages by more. because you're signing me for free, so your wages demand are going to be higher. Your signing on fees are going to be higher, so all that mounts up the agent fees, and you also have to also take into consideration the clubs that are interested. You've got Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Liverpool. Right now, they're the three clubs who want Mark Gahey. Yeah, they're the three clubs that want Gahey at their clubs. Yeah. So, in my opinion, in my opinion, right, it's better to sign him in January, because how much would we get him for? Probably about 10, 15 million. Because if Palace accepted 30 million with a year to go, you naturally half the price. So you're probably paying about 15 million quid. And then you're probably paying the wages. You're probably going to give him a wage increase to maybe about 110, maybe 120. If he was to go on a free, you're paying the agent fees, you're paying the signing on bonuses, you're paying the wages. The wages would actually be more expensive if you're doing it on a free than opposed to with 6 months to go on your contract, because you're going to have three clubs in demand. Real Madrid will be saying, this is what we're offering. We're offering you maybe 150, 160, 170, 180. Bayern Munich are doing the exact same thing. We're offering 120. That wage demand is naturally going to go up even more, again, on top of the other things I mentioned. So it's actually better to sign him in January. It's actually cheaper to do so. And you're also adding in debt for the back end of the season, because you have to remember, right? You have to remember, Konate, we don't know what's happening with his injury, and same with Giovanni Leone. So you've only got Gomez and Van Dijk fit. You're going to be playing Champions League, FA Cup, potentially Carabao Cup, and Premier League. 4 competitions that you're all going to be fighting for to the back end of the whole season. So you want another centre-back in there to help you out. In my opinion, it would be far cheaper and better to do, and also you're saving yourself the worry of losing him on a free transfer. So in my opinion, pay whatever it takes to get him. Pay whatever it takes to sign Gahey to in January. I'm eating, bro. Fair enough, man. Wages, I figured. Think you get him for 15, 20 million. I think we do sign him. It depends on what happens with Upamecano. It happens what happens with Konate. If Konate signs the contract straight up, then the Gahey talk is rightly in the air, because you got Bayern Munich in there, you've got Real Madrid. This is going to be the summer of the centre backs. It really, really and truly is. Not BVD. What do you mean by not BVD or Gabriel? What do you mean by guy? Bro, regardless, you need a centre back. 100%. 110% we need a centre back. If we don't sign a centre back, I'm going up. Listen. If we don't sign a decent level centre back and we lose Konate in a free, chat, buckle up, get ready for an emergency big meeting. You said Gahey is the best centre back in the Premier League this season. Yeah. Do I think Gahey is the best centre back in the Premier League? No. Do I think Gabriel and Van Dijk are better than him? Yes. But on current form, he is the best centre back in the league, in my opinion. Based off this season, this Premier League season, he's been the best centre back in my opinion. They've kept clean sheets. He's scored important goals. He scored assists. He stepped up for his country in internationals. Man of the match performances, last ditch tackles, goal line clearances. For me, he has been the best centre back in the Premier League this season. That's why I want him, man, and that's I do think he has. And when I'm seeing like team of the season, I'm seeing people do their team of the seasons, and I'm not seeing people have Gahey in. Is absolute ludicrous because people just have top 6 favoritism. This is a guy that's captain Crystal Palace to, because Eze was captain, wasn't he? Obviously, Gahey's now the captain. This is a guy that has won a trophy for his club. This is a guy that won the Community Shield. Yes, it's Crystal Palace, though, isn't it? Took them to European football, and now is making them have another fantastic season. Gahey's quality, man. Like, I think he would genuinely start for loads of clubs. One second, chat. Where did I get to? Gahey better on the ball. Gahey's quality on the ball. And again, he's a ball playing centre back. Bayern can't keep both nor Madrid. Could this be a situation? Upa to Madrid, Gahey to Bayern, and we get Schlotterbeck and keep Ibu. It's probably one of the most unlikely situations because you've got 4 centre backs, right? This is going to be the summer of centre backs. I actually think there's going to be more centre backs going to be involved as well because it's going to be very interesting. I think Real Madrid need 1 or 2 centre backs. I think Bayern Munich probably need 1 or 2 centre backs. I think you could argue Liverpool probably need maybe 2 centre backs. I think you already need 1 now. And then you probably could argue if Konate goes, you definitely need 2. If Konate leaves, you need 2 centre backs. Gomez leaves, you need 2 centre backs. Van Dijk's obviously going to stay because he signed the contract. Just obviously, Leone will stay because he's only just signed the contract. But in my opinion, this is how I want everything to go to plan. I want 4 players. I know this is being greedy considering we just spent 420 million quid in the summer. But like Zia will say, accountability and all that. Just using his words. I think we need at least. So if Konate stays, if Konate stays and we sign Gahey, I'll be happy with it. Because you got Leone, Gomez, Van Dijk, Konate. So you got Van Dijk, Leone, Konate, Gahey, and Virgil. So you have 5. I'll be content with that. If any of our centre backs leaves, we sign 2. And I think we need a winger, and I want Alan Moore. Do you agree too? Exactly. It would be ludicrous and stupid if we didn't do any sort of, anything along those lines. By the way, I just seen that Cody Gakpo, Ryan Gravenberch, and Van Dijk all start for the Netherlands. I actually think, you know what, chat? I actually think Netherlands, are going to be underrated in the World Cup. I can't wait for the World Cup. Do you know the amount of content I'm going to do is going to be mad? I actually think they could, because I actually think they've got a quality midfield in De Jong and Gravenberch. Kluivert's decent for Bournemouth. Dumfries can do a job. Van de Ven's quality. Same with Timber and Van Dijk. Verbruggen's okay. Gakpo's quality on his day as well. Marlin's okay. No offense to Memphis Depay, I think he's bang average. I think, you know what, if Netherlands had a quality bang man striker, I'd actually maybe say they could win it. Because they got to the semi-final of the Euros, only lost to a last-minute goal from Watkins. They've always done well in the Nations League. I think especially, you know, with Van Dijk going to be his last World Cup as well. He's going to want to put in that extra fight. Netherlands are an underdog for me in the World Cup. Definitely do not. Obviously, we'll do World Cup predictions when it's actually the World Cup. As of right now, it is not the World Cup. But I did want to show this. Now, I don't know how true this is. Someone who's a lot more invested into this than me. This surely couldn't be real. Saudi, Aziz in the chat, and obviously he might know. Saudi World Cup 2034 Stadium. What? Is that actually real? Now, don't get me wrong. I think that looks sick. Like, that actually looks sick. However, the pitch looks... That can't... Obviously, that surely can't be the pitch. Now, that surely can't be it. That pitch looks tiny. Nah, that's not going to be real, is it? Because that pitch looks midget. No. I'll have to ask him about it. Because that looks tiny. Bless up to everyone in the chat, man. Smash the likes. We're 1 like away from 20. Do let me know. We're going to be live for another couple of more minutes. I'll set up a redirect. See who is live. Touchline's live. Yeah, we'll give a touchline a raid in it. Okay, why is that happening then? Great. So, interesting to know, mate, about Northampton Town. I'm a big Northampton fan, mate. Oh my god. Big up to Red Ryan, bro. I hope you're well, my guy. I'll message you in it. Because I'm starting a Liverpool panel show very soon, and I need 4 more. I need 4 people. And yeah, if you're up for it, do let me know in it. By the way, there is a world where we don't sign a centre back. Are you going back for Liverpool or Real Madrid, my guy? I actually don't think we will. Big up. Good, thanks, bro. I hope you're well too. Yeah, I'm doing well, mate. I've had a blessed weekend. Got a couple of Liverpool tickets sorted as well. So, yeah, I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna, when it comes to Black Friday, I'm buying a camera and we're vlogging games. Stay tuned. I want to vlog games on my phone, but I only have like 10 gigabytes left. And yeah, although I could just maybe buy some storage. So I might just upload some clips as shorts. Madrid. Nah, you'll sign a centre back. No, your fans will kick off, mate, because if they don't, they'll end up outside flipping Perez's ass, bro. That's how like you, man, will flipping move, innit? So if you don't sign a centre back, you, man, will be moving outside Perez's ass and, you know, knocking the door down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 100% you guys will get a centre back. I mean, if you guys don't, then listen, we will be there for the laughs. 110%. We will be there for the banter. You know, 100. But I'm intrigued, and I'm very see how it's all gonna go down. Let me set up a redirect. We're gonna read touchline facts, people. Smash a like, subscribe on your way out. We are going to be live later for some FIFA content. So yes. Anyways, bro, I'll speak to you later, bro, as I'm about to go live. Have a good rest of your stream. Big up to yourself, mate. Enjoy your stream as well. I would redirect you, but obviously, I think you need like 1,000 subs to get redirects. Can't remember. Bro, I saw rumors about Yildiz. What? Yildiz to Liverpool? Who on earth said that? Who on earth said that? Let me know. But yeah, we're gonna raid. We're gonna send Touchline a raid. Smash the likes, chat, subscribe, say reacts raid, and yeah, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care. We'll be live later for a FIFA stream. In a bit. Peace.